coming really fast. So, yo, good day, gents and ladies. Welcome to another episode of the Road FS podcast. We're coming to you live from Boise, Idaho in our little podcast booth. I'm Jody.
I'm absolutely still Rock to this day, not changing a bit. And today we have a couple of local gals from
local
right here.
Stars.
Well, really, I mean, Hidden Springs isn't its own town, is it? But they're kind of local.
Yes.
They're kind of local.
Well, when you live in Boise, we don't like things to be far away. So we're, out in the boonies. Even though it's like 9 miles away from here.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember when they were talking about putting Hidden Springs in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to drive by the dump every day.
I know.
Right. But once you get past it, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You can go out the back way now too and go towards.
Yeah. That's maybe the way we go. But yeah, it is funny. I remember when we first moved up there, I would tell people like, oh, just go past the dump. And then everyone was like, don't call it the dump, call it the landfill.
What's the difference?
That sounds
organic
better.
recycling location.
Yeah, it sounds better. The landfill.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So you have been really busy. You jet setting all over and everything. So where were you guys just at?
Yeah. So we were in Hayward, California, which is the Bay Area. For those that don't know, that is where P&S Detail Products is located. And so Miss Delaney, this is my daughter. She has been detailing with me since she was 10, which we found video evidence last night of.
That's cool.
And so she finally, we've been talking about this for a couple of years. So she finally got to go to P&S and get certified. And she got to learn paint correction and ceramic coating. And it was a crazy whirlwind of 2 days, but we had a great time.
So you're certified in what now?
The 1 day detailing class, and then what was it? Ceramic coating?
Yeah, paint correction and ceramic
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So by the way, go look at that post on Facebook, because if you notice, Bob Phillips is actually standing on his brother's shoulders.
Yeah.
You don't he's standing on Dave's shoulders. I don't care what he says, he's standing on Dave's shoulders. That's how awesome Dave Phillips is he can support his brother and all the products.
Well, he is the foundation of everything P&S. I mean, that guy gets so excited when you even start. Hey, Dave, can you tell me about Bead Maker? I can't wait to talk to him about the Defender, because the first time I asked him about Bead Maker, he just went off. In full science geek mode.
Yeah, he gets all into the details of it and everything, which is great. And we've attended several of the P&S 1 day trainings, and they're always really good. In fact, that's where the first time we met you was at a P&S 1 day in Salt Lake.
In Salt Lake, right.
Which sounds weird, but it's really close.
I think I do see you guys more out of town than I do in town.
That's very true.
Probably.
That's very true.
So you are now going to be doing paint correction and stuff. Are you? So what is it what's your favorite part about it now that you're getting into it?
I really liked applying the ceramic coat. That was my favorite part. I like doing the box method. I thought it was very satisfying. And then after,
she is definitely OCD.
Yeah.
I like the box method.
After,
right.
Then
Stay in
after
the
it
lines.
just felt really cool. Like finishing that project. So,
were you guys doing Inspiration or Legend?
We did both.
Yeah.
We did both, but we did View, Inspiration, and Legend, and then of course Defender. So we did Inspiration on the doors, and then the whole rest of the car got Legend. We try to break it up in the trainings like that, but this whole situation backfired on me because
all right, the story.
My thought was, I don't enjoy doing paint correction. I'm really good at it, but I don't enjoy it. And so my thought was, if I got her trained, that I would have her do the paint correction and I would do the coating. And then we came home and she was like, well, I don't like doing the paint correction, but I loved doing the coating.
Like mother, like daughter.
So that backfired.
I'm not there yet with the polishing.
Yeah, me either.
I can put it on all day, polishing.
That's
more
so
years.
funny.
Well, one of the things that's nice about where you are out there is we were talking about it. Jody and I just got back from SDC.
Yeah.
Now we were talking about some of those things that, as you go and you learn, you pick up new things and you pick up things you like and things you don't like and all that kind of stuff. But you're always learning. And that's one of the things that I always pick up. I don't care if it's like 15th 1 day training. I always pick up something from somebody.
Yeah.
The box method is one, doing the same thing. Like I always look at myself and just shake my head. I'm like, why didn't I know that? Like, I think it was Levi Gates once that showed me taking an applicator and spraying window cleaner on the applicator and going on the inside of the window and then wiping it off the clean rag. I'm like, that makes so much sense. And I feel like such an idiot because I didn't think of that.
It's
but
the only way to clean glass. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So now you're gonna run your mom out of business and take it over.
Hopefully.
So are you gonna change here's my big question. Are you guys gonna change it to IWash or is it just IWash and you?
So we actually just saw that. We had a good chuckle. I love it. That is hilarious.
That was Rod.
Yeah. No, that was so funny. We literally just saw that an hour ago and that's so funny. You know, and we should change the name because I don't like the name IWash. Honestly, when we named my business, my husband named it, but I didn't think it was going to be a business at the time. You know, like I was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to just wash the neighborhood cars. Like it wasn't going to be a big deal. And now it's funny because I don't want to change it because that's what everyone knows it as. But yeah, it's not really my favorite name.
Yeah.
So but I didn't know it was name it if you were going to change it.
Man.
Like a girl?
Maybe something with the word spa in it because I feel like that's the way, you know, like boutique, like auto boutique or something would be more.
Delaney's auto spa.
But I do have to say, and I'll give him a shout out. Richard Ambrose, in California, has my very favorite detail shop name ever, which is Guns and Hoses. I think that's hilarious.
It is awesome.
And he has a great logo.
He's
a great guy. So look him up. We'll have him on our show sometime.
Yeah. So that when I saw that, I was like, why didn't we think of that? That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's some really good ones out there. So
I think my second favorite name is. We have a new customer that just came on last week, and his detail and business name is Lucky Bastard Detailing.
Oh my god, that's great!
And he has a great logo and a great story about how he came up with the name and stuff. And so shout out to Chad Baugh as well. So
we get all
super
kinds
fun.
of crazy detailer names that come in, and some of them are like, you know, the emails this long, and you're like, that's not going to fly.
Right.
And other ones are cool.
So how's the dynamic going to work now? I mean, we got Mom, and we got this up and coming certified detailer. She loves the ceramic coat, but forget the polishing, right? How's the dynamic gonna work? Are you guys gonna tag team or still to be decided?
Still got to figure that part out.
Yeah. So it was probably last year. I mean, typically for the last several summers, probably I would say like 4 summers, you've been like really detailing, right? Like for real. And so last summer, I would say was probably the first summer where she would do a car and I would leave, right? I would leave her alone and not really be working with her. So typically our days are, I start with the interior, I get everything blown out and vacuumed, and then she gets out of bed, comes down to work, and she does the whole exterior while I finish the interior.
The boss is what that sounds like.
Yeah. And so then I finish the interior. And so we do it together and we get done super fast, and then we go get a snack. And we're both really into snacks. And so we schedule that as part of the day. But last summer there was a couple, like she does really like the interiors too. And so last year she started doing more full details and more interiors on her own. Yesterday she did an interior all by herself.
Cool.
So, you know, the more that I can schedule her, nice. I have so much stuff that I'm doing that, you know, we have so many maintenance clients that if I can get maintenance clients in and that, you know, she's able to take them, then great. And then she can do it herself and make a little bit extra money. But usually most days we just work together.
Nice. Yeah. And I think that's kind of, actually the taking the snack thing is not a bad idea. Yeah. I'm not joking about that, because if you're doing a full detail and you like, you know, it's like this, I've got this, you know, 2017 Suburban and you do the interior, I'm wiped out by the time I climb in and out and up and down and all around and then the headliner and all that stuff. And then you turn around and you're like, oh, now I actually have to start cleaning the car on the outside. Yeah. So, and the other one's boats. Yeah. Boats are just, I have a different respect for boat people. You know, I've watched Nathan Warren and been through some of that stuff and watched people do boats. And then when I actually did and it was just an 18-foot boat. Yeah. I was like, okay, boat people are awesome because they kill themselves. I'm like, I was dying.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about PPF.
PPF is tough.
I mean, at SDC, you know, Bernice was so kind to let me try doing PPF on just the side mirror. And I'm like, yeah, this is a different breed of detail. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if I would want to do this every day.
I don't have the patience for the weeds.
That's me.
Yeah. Oh man, when I see those guys grab you know, the sheets of PPF, and you know how much it costs, and they wrinkle it up and throw it in the trash. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm out after one. I'm out.
So you've got your regular services and everything. Do you guys think that you're going to be doing different stuff now that there's two of you? I mean, it's
no, I think that I mean, for me, I have, you know, many different hats and different things that I do. So I just look at it as kind of like it frees up my schedule a little bit and kind of keeps me from, because typically, I mean, I'll start working at, you know, 7, 8 in the morning, and I'm often not done until like 10:30 at night.
Cool.
So my
That's a
goal
long
would
day.
be, so my goal would be if there's days where she can work primarily alone and I can go inside and get some of the stuff done, that then I can be done by 5 and 6 and like be, you know, normal family
what would
time.
that be like?
I don't know.
yeah. But you actually are talking about something that all, you know, self-employed people deal with. Is yes, you can come and go as you please. You pick that and there's sometimes when I can walk into the bathroom and look in the mirror and go, can I go home early? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But that's not very often. Like when Jody and I last week, we everybody else at SDC, we'd get done and they'd all go out, and Jody and I'd go back to the hotel room and work till midnight.
Yeah.
And we
two
had
nights in a row.
We had 2 nights in a row. We had to work until midnight because, you know, your employees still want to get paid, and you still have to invoice your customers and follow up and do all that stuff. And we're trying to finalize some stuff here in town. And okay, so now what's next on your agenda?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I really just want to start doing more of my own cars. I think I'm ready for that, and I'm excited to work.
Good.
I really like it, so I think I just want to keep doing that.
She really likes to make money. She really,
that's
she likes to make money. She's pretty good with her money, but she likes to make money. She did run for senior class vice president for her school, so she did win that. So next year, so
this
she
keep you busy.
This will make Jody sad. So she decided to stop playing
What?
volleyball.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, she did.
No.
My daughter did the same thing.
My plan is to work, focus on student council.
Money.
I have a lot of ideas for Boise.
Oh, that's good.
Donut Fridays.
Donut Fridays.
Yes.
Sponsored shirts.
That's right.
Which I'm realizing maybe I got the idea from my mom.
Yeah,
that's right.
There you
Casual,
go.
casual day every day. Casual day every day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice. So you're gonna be a senior next year.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Being ambitious and doing that is great, because especially when you realize, you know, there's things you can do where you don't have to go put on a name badge and say, what would you like fries with that?
Yeah.
And I'm not counting anybody that works in fast food. I'm just saying that a lot of the, you know, my 3 daughters, every one of them has totally rejected that.
Right.
I when I was your age, I worked at McDonald's for 8 days, and that's all I could take. I walked in, handed my uniform back, and I was like, I'm done. And they're like, what are you gonna do? And I said, anything but this. I'm done.
I think I made it 3 months, and my last day was when I actually fell into the French fry fryer. Fortunately, we turned it off for an hour and we were cleaning it. But when I came out, my arm was just like, and it was still hot. And the guy goes, throw it in the pickle jar. So I threw it in the 5 gallons of pickle to cool it off so I wouldn't get burnt. But so I ended up smelling like burnt fries and pickles for like 2
pickle
weeks.
chips. Pickle chips. If you ever go to Kentucky, you can get some fried pickle chips, and they're really good. So, so now you guys have you've gone through that training. You plan on doing any more? Obviously, you have a really good connection with a lot of people.
So, I would do another training.
CDSV coming up.
Yeah.
Mom
We've
doesn't
talked
get
about
to be
that.
the RT.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about that. I would like her to get IDA certified. Mainly just, you know, I'm a big fan of the IDA, but I think that just, not that I think she'll ever go look for a job anywhere else, but I think it does make her a little bit more marketable. She thinks that she's going to college.
And well, the nice thing is you have a job for college, right?
I'm still hoping she chooses against it, but
I think it's a fair plan. I don't know. College.
No, I think she will go. I think here's my my, what do you call it? Like prediction.
Okay.
Is that she'll go to college for 1 year and then she'll come back home. So I think she'll go for 1 year. She did mention that she would like to work for a detail shop. She wants to go to Arizona. She wants to go to Arizona State University. So she said, I need to find I need to find a detail shop to work at. And I did say, well, just a heads up, they're probably not going to pay you what I do. fair enough.
Straight up.
But I do think she should get IDA certified before that.
Yeah.
So we'll probably
That's
work
a
on
good
that.
idea.
I think it would be fun if she came to MTE next year, maybe did it there. But that'll be missing school, but maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Senior
School.
year.
Yeah, you know what?
You know.
Yeah, senior
You
skip
know-
day.
You know
I
what?
think I
It's
missed most of
interesting.
my senior year.
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
I
Graduated.
mean, there's, you talk about college, right?
Mhm.
So my son, he incredibly talented musician and
Mhm.
singer, right? And so he goes out to College of Idaho out there,
Mhm.
and 3 years into it, he comes home, Dad. He's like, man, I don't know if I want to do next year.
Mhm.
And then back in my head, I'm going, you only have a year left,
Yeah,
right? I'm like,
right.
it's 1 year, right?
Yeah, your whole
But
life,
he's like,
yeah.
Dad, I just feel like this pull that I want to go to Europe. I want to go hike it and
Mhm.
busk and perform and just have a great experience. I'm thinking like 6 weeks, but maybe not going back to school. I'm like, you know what? You're young. You
Yeah.
can go and come back. Well, 6 weeks ended up being 15 weeks. And then he
Wow.
met this amazing lady
Mhm.
that traveled the music circuit, which was a perfect fit for my son.
Mhm.
And then next thing I know, he's traveling the music circuit, selling clothes and all these other things. And then 1 year later, she's like, I'd like you to go to Vietnam and buy all of our stuff for next year.
Oh my gosh.
And you think about if I would have squashed
Yeah.
that
Right.
feeling of, Dad, I need
Yeah.
to do something different.
Different. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would have never had that opportunity. So for the next 5 years, he went to Vietnam, Cambodia, traveled the music circuit,
Yeah.
and he had this incredible life experience
Mhm.
that he couldn't have got at college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
it worked for a lot of people. It doesn't work for some.
Mhm.
I mean, I know as many people that have gone and really liked it as well as people that have gone and left
Yeah.
after half a semester.
Mhm.
So I think everybody's on their own path, and you got to do
Yeah.
what you got to. What are you interested in studying?
Business.
Marketing
Yeah.
and making a detailing company really explode.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think I have a lot of opportunities going forward with like detailing, something like that. So I think that would just be good to get some more knowledge on it. And kind of like you were saying, I just think it's a really good experience.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to get out of Boise for at least a year,
Mhm.
experience something else,
Mhm.
because I don't know when else I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
I
that
think
is
this is the best time. Going to college.
Mhm.
And if I don't like it, I can come back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I
and
feel
I'm a
good
big
about that.
proponent of that. I always, my kids, they're like you, they have big dreams, right?
Mhm.
My daughter, which who you've never met, she from age 6 wanted to play D1 volleyball,
Mhm.
right? And but she's 5'3",
Yeah.
right? But she
Uh-huh.
still ended up getting picked up at
Mhm.
UVU and had a phenomenal,
Mhm.
career.
Mhm.
Got to go to NCAA twice, right?
Mhm.
And I always
Yeah.
told the kids, and Devin's like, I want to be a performer. I want to be a model. And my younger daughter, Cynthia, wants to be a model. And she's going through a lot of stuff, talking to her agency and stuff.
Mhm.
And I always tell them, why not you?
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, why not you? I mean, if you dream that big and that's where your
Mhm.
heart's taking you,
Yeah.
other people have done it. So why not
Yeah.
you? And I
Yeah.
think a lot of times parents,
Mhm.
we have a tendency to squash dreams,
Mhm.
not intentionally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But because we want your safety and we
Mhm.
want your success and
Yeah,
all that
totally.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, and so I've always like, why not you? Go get it.
Mhm.
Go
Yeah.
discover it.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's great. And that's what and that's what I don't want her to feel like she has to fit this mold of going to college for 4 years. Like if there's something else she wants to do,
Mhm.
exactly, go do it.
Mhm.
And I picture her being, and I really saw that this weekend as well, but I really picture her being like some kind of teacher, trainer. She really loves to help other people. But so we were in this training, we had 8 students both days, and she's, a 17-year-old, almost 18-year-old girl. And there was Bonnie in the class and then 6 men. And, it was funny. I've seen it happen with myself, but to see it happen with her it's just a testament to her personality and what she brings to a room. I think a lot of people would look at it like, oh, here's this little girl. What does she know? But all of those men turned to her for advice. And it was like, what would you do here? What would you use here? And she was just naturally like, jump in and help them.
That's awesome.
She was learning, but she went straight to that like educator mode also. And people obviously saw that in her because
for some reason they
they really,
I wasn't even really saying anything, but they figured out they could ask me questions.
Yeah. And so it was
quick.
funny to watch them all navigate towards her like they do to me. And it's just, you know, probably our way that we educate, and it's very, you know, friendly and non-threatening, and, you know, just whatever that is, you know, that
it's approachability.
Yeah.
So there's so many people that are not approachable, or they have an image of not being approachable.
Yeah.
There's always the, you know, big, scary, very standoffish, and that's hard to approach those people.
Yeah.
And people have to have kind of I don't want to say soft like it's a bad thing, but you have to have a softer, approachable demeanor.
For sure.
Some people that are like that are not soft as people is somebody like Justin Lobato.
Yeah.
Very approachable, very, very soft in his delivery. He doesn't come at you hardcore.
Yeah.
And that's a very easily appreciated. People ask him questions all the time, and I think that's why he's gotten himself into the position he's in. And I would say the same thing with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, especially I've only met you this one time, and you're still very approachable. So.
Well, I think one of the things that I've observed, you know, over the years of watching people is natural gifts bubble to the top.
Yes.
Especially leadership and the ability to teach.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And those can be taught, but when they're a gift, it's a different level.
Yeah.
Right. People feel like they can trust you. And you probably, that's probably why you're running for senior class vice president, right? It's natural.
Yep.
Yeah, it just happened. I don't know.
No, you've been on student council for the whole
I know, but it was random that I did that. I'm saying, you know, like it was random. One day I was just like, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And
No,
I fell into that role.
Yeah. No, it's that natural like leadership and want to, you know, always want to make situations better or improved. And not that you're necessarily judging a situation, but I think that's how I am. Is you know, every job I've ever had, every event that I attend, or everything that I do, I go, you know, how can I make this extra special?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So speaking of events that you're putting on that are extra special, here in like a week,
let's not talk about that.
You have this massive car show that you've started. It is just unbelievable. And I mean, we went to it for the first time last year, and it's crazy. I've been part of a car club and part of that whole vibe forever. I put cars in car shows. I was on the car show circuit with a car. That is a top-notch event that you have going on out there. And you've got big name sponsors. And so Hidden Springs Car Show.
Yeah.
Cruisin Classic.
Cruisin Hidden Springs. Yeah. So the gravity of it is pretty insane. And I literally look at John, who's my co-chair, and I look at us and I say, we might be psychopaths. I mean, because you look at that event and you literally say, okay, we're going to fit 200 cars and 2,000 people in like a park inside a neighborhood. You know, and we have like 9 food trucks. And this year we have a racer from Meridian Speedway coming. He's bringing his truck and trailer. He's bringing 2 cars, and we're going to have a pit stop challenge. So he's setting up his car. We're having like, you know, where you have to change the tire, like on NASCAR. So pit stop challenge that's for charity. We've got we have a whole kid area with, you know, climbing walls and bouncy houses. We have lots of car related vendors, you know, on the green. We've got more food than just the food trucks. We have, you know, the spring house, and there's restaurants and all that. We have tattoos for the kids' faces. We have balloon ladies.
And they're real tattoos too. You bring your kid to this, you're getting it right there. It's an IWash, buff like a girl tattoo.
Absolutely. But since you said that, we do actually have a pinstriper coming this year. That's pretty cool. So you can have like your phone pinstripe, like anything small that you want to bring. I'm telling you this, you guys know, anything small that you want to bring, he'll do pinstriping. So that's pretty cool.
Fun.
We have, you know, a DJ this year not a DJ, but radio host that will be running all of the music and announcements. And I mean, it's just out of control. And then the logo for Cruisin Hidden Springs is absolutely everywhere. And then it is obviously sponsored by P&S. Yes. So Bob and Dave came on board with me a couple of years ago, and they've been so great. They add so much to the show. So it is also our official kickoff for the P&S Park and Shine program. But this is our 9th year. And it literally started with my friend John and I meeting and saying, we're super big car people. Like, let's have like a cars and coffee situation. And the first year we had 54 cars show up.
Wow.
That was with no advertisement. So, but I am huge into the community, involving businesses. This year we have 45 sponsors of our car show, which is absolutely crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So just super excited, all the way from like dentist offices to, realtors and, the metal places, like everything. So it's just really, really awesome. And it's a good time. I have lots of detailers coming from all over the country,
which is super
fun.
fun.
Yeah. So I think I have like 14 or 16 people coming from all over the country with their families, from Oregon, Washington, California, Utah, Hawaii, maybe Iowa, Hawaii, Alaska. Did we say Alaska?
Who's coming? Is Alex coming?
No, Nicole and David.
Fun.
Yeah.
So, and we get to yell at people. That's what our job is.
Yeah.
The detail is we get to yell at people.
Sponsors of the Apple Orchard. I'm going to get you guys like stickers.
I love that.
Yeah.
And let me tell
Apple
you,
Orchard
if
bouncers.
you've never been with a car show, guys.
Yeah.
But I want to be over there.
Yeah.
I want to be by my friend. And you're
so if the Orange Firebird guy is listening,
just show up early, buddy.
Just show up early. Don't show up right before the show opens. And can you move people? No.
And Sydney's neighbor, I'm sorry I called you Magnum last year, but it had to do with the Ferrari. And so sorry about that.
He's been called worse.
So we're super excited.
Yeah.
My boys are coming with me, Christian and Ashton. They're super. I might even get Cynthia to come too, but we're super excited. We're going to get there early and help navigate cars.
Yeah.
Rod will put on flex his muscles and make sure that people are going where they should be.
Yeah. Normally, I mean, I have a big mouth. I admit it. People that know me know that. But when I'm in that mode, I'm a drill sergeant. I'm like, you over there.
Well, we got you guys shirts this year because last year I think people were giving you the side eye because
they kind of were.
You were wearing RotaFest shirts. So they were like, who are you to tell
Chris
me where to
Holman's
park?
wife was like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've done this before. I've done this. It's okay.
So that's super fun. Well, we're excited to see Bob and Dave Phillips because they're both coming, right?
Yep.
So that'll be fun. I think some people from the Rag Company are coming as well.
The whole Rag
Company
over there.
Cruise
I think they have
there.
I think they have 5 cars in the show this year.
So in fact, I talked to Josh Petro yesterday. And we're gonna have him and his son on, and we're gonna talk about go-karting.
Oh yes, they're doing that now.
So his son's super excited about that. We're gonna have that's gonna be in July sometime. So
cool.
Yeah, it's fun to see. The thing that I really like about detailing is you see a lot of family-owned businesses, right? Where they can work together and get along and push each other and challenge each other on some days. There's a great balance there.
And Delaney and her friend are our official trophy girls. And they
Cool.
bring the fire to the trophy presentation. If anybody saw the pictures from last year, they're quite charismatic. Quite charismatic. So she is the trophy girl and has a good time with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that'll
super
be cool.
Fun. And then you guys got the whole summer of detailing, and then just a little teaser. But we are planning something for late, like in September.
Okay.
Coming this fall.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes. I'm on board. Let's do it.
She's like, I forgot.
So we're planning something for September.
Yes.
Keep your ears and eyes and toes open for that one.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's gonna be fun. In fact, when I was flying home from STC, I'm like, I need to reach out to Sydney and figure out when we're gonna do that. And I'm like, all right, wait, we can't do it before the Hidden Springs car show. Then we're gonna be in Seattle in July, so it's probably gonna be August 1st. So
late July, we need to
late
start
July. We
that
gotta
stuff
really
out,
crank it out. So, but
well, I think we got to do September because then we go to Monterey.
I know.
So
and
it's gotta be
it's gonna be crazy.
September.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
we
you're
have
back in
something fun
school,
happening.
leading the
Yeah.
charge and telling people what to do.
Yeah.
My vice president.
That's right.
Roll. Watch out.
Did you hear that? Watch out!
Watch
Watch out!
Watch out.
Delaney's gonna walk
Soda
in with her
breaks after
entourage.
second period.
That's right. Donut Friday, baby.
Donut Friday's coming back.
That should be her motto. Like note to self, like watch out.
Watch out.
You ought to get a shirt that says that.
That's right.
Note
I
to
say that all
self
the
right
time.
across here.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Well,
That's
so
awesome.
that is awesome. I think it's really cool that you guys are doing that. For Delaney, what advice do you give to other younger people that are wanting to get involved in this that don't necessarily have a mom that's awesome at detailing?
Well, I would definitely reach out to somebody local and ask
Mhm.
for advice. I see that a lot. People do that a lot, and I feel like that really helps. And like to have somebody to talk to and ask questions. I would say work hard, and probably find a company to follow. Like I feel like finding YouTube videos, and just like people you can follow. I feel like you can learn so much from that. So that's where I would start if I didn't have my
mom. That's cool. That's awesome.
So I'll make a little plug here because she said that, and obviously I'm a big P&S fan, right? But but she makes a very good point. So like P&S, we have our Bead Maker Lounge on Facebook, which is just a private group of detailers. You don't necessarily have to be like a P&S user. We kind of like you talk about other products, but it's like a product support, but detailing support, right? And so find those really healthy groups to join that are going to support you and answer your questions, not be judgmental. There's two types of groups out there. There's like crazy over the top, you better be perfect and stay in line. And then there's ones that are just plain helpful. And I know that's one of my passions is education. And then, so the Bead Maker Lounge, we just love to help everybody.
Right. And I love it. I'm part of that group, and there's great, positive, uplifting conversations there. And you also host Coffee and Bead Maker show every Monday.
Yeah. And so I think, seeking out education like that is super helpful. And I think, we do have a lot of, under 18-year-olds in the Bead Maker Lounge. And I know I personally work with several younger. Did you guys meet Carson, the Subaru kid?
I didn't meet him. No.
Okay. He came to town one time. He's from Chicago. He's amazing. But, so we work with a lot of kids too that are super into detailing. And so I think, just to piggyback on what Delaney said is find those groups where you can really have the support and those that support kids getting into the business and things like that. There is positive groups out there. And I think that you kind of need that network, and I always talk about the first 6 years that I was in business, I didn't have any support network. I didn't even know there was a detailing industry. And so I'm very passionate about that because I remember what it was like to be alone and not have a support network. And so for sure, young, even, under 25, right? They're still young and need guidance. And so I think, find good groups that are very supportive and positive, and the education never ends, even for me, even though I'm a trainer, I still go to trainings and I still want to go to trainings, and we never stop learning, and everything evolves, right? The systems, the chemicals, the tools, everything's evolving. So just education and support is so important.
Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for giving us of your afternoon. So
thank you.
How do they get in touch with you locally, obviously, and also nationally, internationally, because of P&S?
So I run P&S's social media. So obviously P&S Detail Products on all the platforms. I will tell you that's probably the fastest way to get to me because I never change the account. And so you'll get to me through that. My business name is IWash Auto Detailing here in Idaho. I'm not the greatest about posting, but you can still find me there. And then obviously Sydni Brae Gwinn on Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
And are you ready to give your socials, or are you still holding back till you get through senior?
Maybe I'll take over the IWash.
Maybe
I love that. That's a great idea. Yes. The business is already growing.
Such a good idea.
I'm kind of like interning for social media.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, I love it.
What a great idea.
Yeah, so follow IWash Auto Detailing.
Okay.
You'll be talking.
I'm going to make her an admin like the minute we leave here.
That's awesome.
That is such a good idea.
So,
oh my gosh.
Well, thank you guys again for being our guests. We're glad we got an idea for you to help the business.
So excited.
Guys, thank you guys for tuning in every week. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And next week we have another phenomenal guest. Kyle Clark is going to be in the house.
We're Kyle's biggest fans.
Wow, did you see that?
Yes.
It was almost like they were swooning.
Yes. We're Kyle Clark fans.
I like Kyle, but not like that.
Yeah, no, Carl, I love you,
but we love him. Like, if you picture the scene from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's the big?
So he's like Sully.
So the scene where Sully turns around and he walks out and Boo is like hanging on his back. That's how I feel about Kyle. I feel like Kyle's Sully and I'm Boo, like just
All right, so Kyle Sully Clark will be with us with Extreme Detailing and Auto Fiber next week.
Yes.
It's going to be a great episode, so I can't wait to see him and
Yeah,
go,
one more
hey,
comment up
Sully.
there. Some comment.
So that's
He
super
might be
awesome.
watching.
There's our
supposed to
guy.
be
Lucky,
the
there's
Lucky
the
Bastard.
great logo.
See,
Oh,
look,
that's
I love
amazing.
his logo.
I
So
love
awesome,
it.
man.
Oh, I love it. And look at the logo. That's so good.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, Chad just came on board with Rota Best.
Awesome.
And I love that you guys changed your logo to teal. I
Yeah.
didn't want to like not notice that. I
Well,
love
we got
that.
the new one. If you haven't seen the
Yeah.
new sticker, the
I
United
love it.
States
Yeah,
flag
so-
one.
Oh,
So
cool. I love it.
So
Yeah.
I've been trying to change it for every guest
so
to be
nice.
respectful.
I love
so
it.
yeah, it's fun.
There you
So
go.
That's awesome.
well,
Very
thank
cool.
you
All right,
guys
guys.
for joining us. We'll check you next week. See ya.
Yeah.
see you later.
That was super fun.